Hello all. Once again, I welcome you all in this series of lecture. And as I have mentioned earlier, that these lecture will be in the story form, and you should also note that I'm having my work, so there will be some distraction outside, but we will focus on our lecture, and we will make this discussion fruitful as well as productive. I will be checking my connection, my internet, because I am having work. So again and again I will check my connection, and in case of network problem, you can also know me in the comment box. So without wasting any time, let us start our discussion, and let us have a fruitful discussion over here. And if I am audible, then you can also know me. If I am not audible, then you will also comment over there, so that I can act accordingly. I have cleared that there will be some destruction outside, because I am having my work, and we will make this session very productive, and we will lead this session in a very productive way, and this lecture will be in a story form, because it is human nature then that in story form you will get things easily. So without wasting any time, let us discuss things about evolution of state, that how the state uh, come into existence, or what is the evolution of state. So let me clear that first of all, let me tell you that there are two types of theories, and if I ask a simple question from you, that according to that, who gave the idea that state is socially constructed, and it is a social construct theory, or according to Hobbes, Locke and Rousseau. So you can tell me and know me that whose idea was that uh, state is socially constructed. But we will not lead our journey on this side. Instead, we will lead our journey on the opposite side, and I will be germinating ideas about the evolution, that uh, according to this school of thought, state is being evolved, and it was already present. And this lecture will also give you idea about patriarchy and matriarchy, male dominance and female dominance. So it will also develop your other dimension of things, and you will see things from other perspective, and you will have a holistic approach. So evolution. So actually, first of all, let me tell you that family, the concept of family. Family is the first ever state was on the face of earth was family, the concept of family. So let me check my connection. So I am here, and I think I will be audible. And if anyone is listening to this lecture, so I request him or her to comment over there, so that this lecture can give you some advantages. So evolution. According to initially the first ever state on the surface of earth was the concept of family, and we will discuss patriarchy as well as matriarchy in this concept. And then Now a question arises that the concept of family is well, was the concept of family was patriarchy, was it male dominant or female dominant? So the historian, the philosopher, and the past era people are confused, and still we don't have clear answer of this question that this was patriarchal or matriarchal. It was male dominant or female dominant. So actually family, the concept of family was may be patriarchal and may be matriarchal. It may be female dominant family and female male dominant family. So the people are, we don't have clear answer of it till now. But previously we have after research and these things, there are two concepts, that it may be patriarchal and it may be matriarchal initially. Then after family, after some development, they gave the concept of city, and after city, this was also patriarchal and as well as matriarchal. In order to be on track, we should know that we are discussing the evolution of state, that from where the concept of state came into being. So this is the evolution of state. And city, the concept of city, after family we have city, the human as thinking being, so they discover the things about city, and the city was the second one in this category, that was the state. And this one we have also two school of thoughts, and it may be patriarchal and matriarchal. And then we clan, CLAN. Clan was also the thoughts was, the two school of thoughts also say that it was maybe male dominant or female dominant. And tribe, and then at last we have tribe, and in the form after tribe we have the concept of city, state, modern state or state. So and 1000 BC, 1000 BC, the Greece gave the concept of city state for the first time. And after Greece, during the after the there was after the birth of Jesus Christ, they gave the concept of empires, and we have empires like monarchy, large, and I will be discussing the characteristics of this city state. But let me tell you something about the Greece. Actually Greece, there were two types of city state. One was Athens and the one was Sparta. So you should also know that this is important, that you know the history or the and context. You know the context of a term or a concept, then you will have clearly understand such things. Let me check again the connection. So again I am here. So let me, I don't know whether I am the very basic and the very beginning. So these ideas will give another perceptions of things. You will understand things with more depth in a very impactful and profound way. So this was about the Greece, and I have given the example. I have given the example of Sparta and Athens, and then empires. The concept of empire evolved after the city-state, and there was the characteristics of empires was a monarchy. There were most of the empires was based on the concept of monarchy, as we have many examples like Roman empires and these. And large an empire, there was another characteristic was large territory, and the third one was large population, and the fourth one was flexible boundaries and fluid boundaries. Now these are, we have two important terms right now: flexible boundaries and fluid boundary. What is the meaning of flexible boundaries and fluid boundaries? Fluid boundaries means that you have a boundary and you can expand your boundaries, and you can have you can attack on other cities. इस वजह से वो क्या है उसका नाम, मेकाविले ने ये कहा था कि अगर आप अपनी सिटी स्टेट की सिटी को या सॉरी स्टेट को एक्सपेक्ट नहीं करते तो इट्स मीन दैट इट इज़ द डेथ ऑफ स्टेट. And fluid boundaries mean that you are allowed to go anywhere without visa, without green passport, without red passport, and these things. And after we have, this was the concept of city-state, and after that we have empires, and then we have the concept of modern state. Now we are in the era of modern state or city-state. So now we are in the position to dig and discover the dimension of city-state, and I will give you I will discuss it from the background of territory of Westphalia, Westphalia. You can check the spelling. Territory of Westphalia. एक ये ट्रेटी थी वेस्टफीलिया की. तो इसकी बैकग्राउंड से हम इसको we will discuss it and we will analyze it. So the Treaty of Westphalia was in 1648, 1648. So what was the main points of city-state according to this treaty? According to this treaty, the main points were, let me check, so I'm again audible. I have also the notes format of these lectures as I am writing. So if you need the notes, then you can text me in the comment box. I will share my notes, and this way you will have a full command over the subject of political science. And if anyone is listening to me, so I would request him or her to comment over there. If he or she is not commenting over there, then he can leave this session and enjoy his or her music and can have walk and discover many things, because this will be the wastage of time if you are not commenting over there. So I request you to involve yourself in this lecture and comment over there. And this way you will cover all the topics with me, because I will be covering each and every topic, and this will be in a random way, but still I will cover these topics. And if you need the notes, then I can share it. So I was talking about the Treaty of Westphalia, and I have started from the very beginning, from the very basic, and I'm delivering this lecture not considering you are graduate or something else, but I am considering you people as a layman or uh, a 7th class kid. So I have started it from the very basics. Westphalia, we were talking about the concept, the Treaty of Westphalia. So it was for the first time in 1648. And what were the main characteristics of this treaty? The main characteristics of this treaty were nationhood, that a modern state or a city state will have nationhood. The state will be one nation. There will be the concept of one nation, as we have in India, and that Pakistan, the Muslim was one nation and the Hindu were another nation. So according to this concept of state, we can have a separate homeland, because it is mentioned here that in the Treaty of Westphalia that we have a nation state. And then sovereignty, the city state will be sovereign, and there will be hard boundaries. No one will cross the boundaries of other, HARD BOUNDRIES, and fixed boundaries. And without passport and without these things, you will not be able to cross the boundaries, and fixed boundaries, so you cannot dominate or attack on the other countries. Nowadays there is a violation of boundaries, like of this point, like we have Russia attack in Ukraine. So this is a clear violation of this point. So this was about the evolution of city state and how the city state was evolved. This was about the city state. Now let me discuss another. This was about the city state. Now let me discuss another important topic after this, and I will also deliver a lecture over it, but let me germinate ideas in your mind first. Government, it is related. So now let us conclude our first topic. So I have told you the concept of city state for the first time in Treaty of Westphalia 1648, and I told you about the Greece and a story form. Now you can write over it. Now these things will depend on your skills and your readings. After a brief touch, you will understand each and every page of book, and you will be able to write in the exam if you have good skills of writing. Government. Now let us discuss government. Let me tell you that government is very important for paper 2, and today's discussion will be the core will be covering areas of paper 2 and related with constitutions, and mostly from government function or structure. Let me tell you again, let me repeat. Repetition is, if you want to do something, so you have to repeat things. Repetition is the best tool to have clear understanding of anything. So this the concept of government is important. Today's lecture is very important because we will use this concept in the paper 2, the structure and the constitution of government. What is the definition of government? Government is actually an agency that manage state affairs. What is government? Government is an agency that manage the state affairs. This is the definition of a simple definition of government, and the pioneer of government was Locke. initially there was the concept of state and government are two different concepts, and state we have some other characteristic. I will told you these characteristics, and government we have other characteristics. So origin of state. uh, uh, State is consist of three important organs: legislative, executive, and judiciary. Uh, uh, Let me also add in the first topic, evolution of state, that as I was discussing, there are two school of thoughts about the evolution of state. One was the contractualist, and the other was organic concept of state. So this was about Aristotle and these people who gave the concept. So legislative, the government organ of government are three: legislative, executive, and judiciary. Now let me tell you the difference between state and government. That what are the main difference between state and government. State is a broader concept, while the government is a subpart of state. State will be sovereign, while the government do not necessary to be sovereign. State will be permanent and the government will be temporary. Don't worry at all, I will be explaining these points. And state we have relation like US Pakistan relation, but in government we don't have relation like PTI and PMLN relation. So state is actually the representation of government, and state is the representation of government. And state, the elements of states are population, territory, and government. These are the element of state. So state is a broader concept. It is a wider or a big pictures of things, while government is a sub part of state. And state we have actually government is running the state affair, it manage the state affair. So I have also mentioned these difference between the two concepts, and later I will also deliver another lecture on it. Be happy, stay blessed, and have more wisdom ahead. Thank you very much.